Difficulties. Shy Gal Gaming is finally back online for our nightly streaming. This is AC here with my partner Ashi.
Hi guys.
And as you can see from the screen right there, we are going to be playing just a little bit of Soulcalibur 3 tonight. I'm honestly just going to be relaxing and like enjoying the game. That's it. I might play story mode, maybe some arcade mode. But anyhow, we're always here to, just enjoy ourselves and chat. So, yeah, have a good time. If you want to lurk, lurk. If you want to chat, chat. But let's enjoy us some awesome tales of souls and swords eternally retold.
Namco. Soulcalibur III. Welcome to the new stage of history.
Yeah, I think given that this stream is only gonna be until about 10:30 night, we're probably just gonna stick with good old arcade mode. Although in this game there is no traditional arcade mode. It's called Soul Arena Quick Play, but it's basically an arcade mode. Ends in the normal final boss. Only thing is it doesn't have the story. But that's all good. As you can see, our emulator PC SX2 is making this game look beautiful.
Versus Young Sung. What awaits him in the end is a test of his true strength.
I love this emulator. Best thing is, you can even run these games off the original disc. I was playing this one off the original disc before, but my drive is kind of... it's pretty old. The drive is, I think, almost 10 years old now, so it's a bit slow, and it causes the game to skip a bit. So I switched to just running it off of an actual, like, ripped ISO for now. I guess if I ever get a new drive, I'll probably start playing off of the original discs.
You win.
Yeah, both the PS1 emulator DuckStation and the PS2 emulator PCSX2 can run original like discs. And honestly, I mean, if you could see how this looks in 4K, it makes a pretty good argument for just retiring your old game consoles. Not gonna lie.
This victory strengthened the soul of Cassandra.
And I've got everything on the PC set to like ultra low latency mode and all that. And the end result is, like, I mean, it doesn't really feel any different from playing on real hardware. There's no lag, you can't detect anything.
Versus Xianghua. Her graceful sword dance grows ever purer, ever stronger.
This game released pretty close to the end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle, so the graphics are like really, really top tier for the system.
You win.
Yeah, this game and maybe like Final Fantasy XII are really about as good as it gets for PS2 graphics.
This victory strengthened the soul of Cassandra.
Been so long since I put any real time into this game that I've mostly forgotten how to play. I actually usually play Soulcalibur 4 via the PSP port. It's kind of one of my go-to games on the bus or the train or whatever. But Cassandra plays really differently in 4 than she plays in this game. Well, like 4 in general just plays really differently from this game because of the critical stun mechanic that it has. But I actually like 3 better. It's just that you have to play it on a full-on game console. No portable option for 3.
You win.
あなた才能ないんじゃない？
ないですね。
Battle 2. Fight.
See, we still got that move, but more limited on what we can do with it. So in Soulcalibur 4, this grab, it's forward, like BG. How did she manage to like bounce me? She bounced me like halfway across the stage. Keep on going. I was trying to break out of it. I couldn't. She decided to go for a swim too. But yeah, I was saying like in Soulcalibur 4, this grab right here is really important to like Cassandra's game. But then I'm not really sure in this game what the follow-up combo is because the moves that you do are not really the same in this one. I wonder whether maybe it's just the shield bash.
You win.
As much as I loved this game back in the day, I was never actually good at it per se. I just played, did whatever I want. I never looked up any guides or anything like that.
To appease the winds, the priestess rises to the challenge.
So I guess I don't know the correct way to play the characters.
Battle 1. Fight.
Now Talim here, I really liked playing her in Soulcalibur 2. And then when this game came out, I was... Look at how... She bounced me like so far, man! Man, ringouts are brutal in Soulcalibur 3. Yeah, the AI is really stupid. They're like suicidal if they get depressed. Nah. But I was saying, I really like Talim in 2. But then when this game came out, they changed their moveset quite a bit from the second game, so I didn't have much fun with her. I don't like her in any of the other games. The only game I like Talim in is 2. I think back in the day, I mostly played Cassandra here and Raphael. I really like Raphael in this game. He's like the opposite of Talim. Raphael is kind of lame in 2, but he's awesome in 3.
You win. Final battle. Fight.
Also, I would say, as far as Soulcalibur games go, this one is one of the more difficult ones on the normal difficulty. If you turn the difficulty down, it's pretty chill, it's fine. But if you leave it on normal, which is what it's running on now, yeah, especially when you get near the end of it, they don't take any shit, man, these AI-controlled players.
After countless lives,
you'll see, I think Cassandra has to fight Raphael at the end, and the fight is hell, man. Every other Soulcalibur game is much easier in comparison, even the originals.
Battle 1. Fight.
This one also has a secret final boss. I forget the name, but I do remember that it's an absolute nightmare. I see it coming. I don't know what to do.
You win. Battle 2, fight!
Did you ever know anything about Soulcalibur, Ashley, before you met me? Or was I like the first person you saw in this game?
Yeah, that's
The
the.
grueling battle ends.
I guess this one might not be very popular in Asia.
I don't know.
You win.
勝てばいいの
I
よ
don't know much about fighting games in general.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Versus
fighting games.
Mitsurugi.
Well,
People.
you have seen a lot of fighting games with
His
me.
motivation
Yeah.
is the thirst for
I don't know.
new
I have a
battles.
feeling this one probably isn't that popular, because in Japan in general, the series is just not very popular. Like even when this game was in arcades in around like 2005 or so, like when I was here in college, you couldn't really find the Soulcalibur II anymore, and nobody was playing it. It's just like the series is really popular with the Westerners. The Americans love this game, but for whatever reason, it's not. In Japan, they want the Tekken. They don't want Soulcalibur. Personally, I actually like Soulcalibur quite a bit more than Tekken. Especially when I was younger, I kind of didn't like Tekken.
You win.
Tekken grew on me though. Nowadays I like Tekken, but in fact I like Tekken a lot. But I don't know, something about Soulcalibur. Something, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
Like, I think the characters are cool. I like the sort of like medieval vibes of Soulcalibur. It's also very smooth. It's like really responsive. And it's very beginner friendly. Like if you were to take the controller and just play, you'd be getting out moves very fast. Like you can learn this game in like very, very short periods.
You win.
Like not enough to be really good at it, but good enough to have a lot of fun with it. I think it's one of the most beginner friendly fighting games. Maybe the most, actually. At least among my 30 games.
And madness.
But it's got a lot of depth to it as
Intertwined.
well.
後悔するわよ
Yeah, I just like the visuals are cool, the characters are cool, that like high fantasy vibe is cool.
Battle 1, fight.
Like Tekken is really stiff and it's really technical. And if you don't know how to play your character, like you haven't really practiced in Tekken, then Tekken is not fun to play. Tekken is only fun to play if you're serious about it. You have to take the game seriously. But Soulcalibur, you don't have to take it seriously. You can just like fire it up once every couple of years and really enjoy yourself without really like devoting a ton of time to it. And like I don't know, I think there's like room for both kind of games. I think there's a place for really complicated games like Tekken, of course. But sometimes I just want to chill and like smack people with a sword.
You win.
負けるわけにはいかないのよ
Plus Cassandra here, she's just cool, man. She's cool, she's fun to play. Very unfortunate that in Soulcalibur 5 she gets replaced by whiny ass Kira, her niece, with a boring moveset, and then she's just basically flying away in every battle. I like Cassandra because she got some attitude, and she's not exactly like just a boring Kira character. She's cocky. You know what? I swear to you, I think that the American version of this game is harder than the Japanese version.
This is the American one?
No. So when I downloaded the ISO, so I have both discs. I have the Japanese version and the American version on disc, but I've almost never played the Japanese version. Like I always played my US copy. And then when I downloaded the ISO this time, I went ahead and I just downloaded the Japanese ISO. And this difficulty is like normal Soulcalibur. This is like the average, like normal mode Soulcalibur difficulty. But if you play the American version of this game, like Raphael, he'll beat you like 10 times in a row every time. I think they upped the difficulty by default. I'm pretty sure.
You win.
あなた才能ないんじゃない
There's no way. Like that Raphael was like a very
Battle 2,
chilled out
fight.
Raphael from what I'm used to in this game. Why the fuck did they change the US? Like, to be honest, like the normal mode is kinda too hard in the US Soulcalibur 3. Like you can turn it down, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's a bit weird. They used to do that. It was more common in like really the old games, like arcade era, like Sega Genesis, NES. There's this rumor of like, oh, the Japanese games are like so hard, the Japanese players are so hardcore. But the truth is that actually, it's usually the American versions of the games were harder. They were intentionally made harder. They were like steel quarters for kids. The Japanese versions tend to be balanced and more fun. And so even in the PS2 era, we had games like for example, Resident Evil Code Veronica is defaults to ultra hard mode, stuff like that. So I guess Soulcalibur is one of those games. I never knew that. Yeah, because this normal mode is... That is an easy normal mode. I have a lot of experience playing this game on the US version, so I could probably just pump this up to hard, to be honest.
Soulcalibur III.
Welcome to the new stage of history.
Buy anything? Can we buy some characters? I don't know how to unlock a character.
You can only buy cosmetic.
No, you can buy characters in this game.
Pay to win.
You can pay to win. This is the old days where you bought a game and then you could go to the store and buy DLC for your game with in-game currency. Because it wasn't DLC. It was on the disc. Look at this shit. Look right here. There we go. Soul Arena. Quick play. Alright, this is Soulcalibur 3, the basic version of Soulcalibur 3. Right out the gate, we have, what? 8, 16, 17, 18. We got like 18 characters right here. Solid roster. And then down here, we've got another 8 spots, right? Every one of these characters can be unlocked in the game. And they're not like reskins or any of that bullshit. They're actually like totally new characters.
Oh.
And then there's actually a lot of like they're like bonus fighting style characters, like other weapons that aren't used by the main characters. You can unlock a bunch of those too, based on some of the really old characters in the game. So you get like 8 characters. If this game came out today, it'd be a fucking season pass, and it would cost you like $30 USD, 3,000 yen. And even then, they'd probably only give you 4. So they'd give you these 4 characters, they'd be Season Pass 1 for $30. And then you pay another $30 next season for the next 4 characters. It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. Not this game, no. You play the game, you get some gold, you go to the shop, you buy a character. As God intended.
Well, the god doesn't exist anymore.
I know, the God of Gaming is dead.
The god has been toppled.
Yeah, by the God of Greed. I don't actually remember where you get the characters. I'm gonna be real. But I know you can unlock. Let's see, buy weapons. You might have to play through like the story mode or something to unlock the characters actually, rather than buy them. I don't remember how you get them in this game, but I do know that you don't get them by buying some stupid ass limited edition. You know, day 1 edition that includes an extra character that you can't get otherwise. Maybe we can play through one story mode. I think we got time. So since I'm on this Cassandra kick, we will continue with Cassandra. Story mode. What? It's in English. Why is this? Oh, I guess you can probably set it in English. I should probably read these off.
It's too fast.
Yeah, it is quite fast. Yeah, next time I'll narrate the not this time. Otherwise, I'm tired of it. We've been fighting with our computer all day long trying to get shit set up. It's been a real pain in the ass. So right now, all I want to do is beat people in the face with my sword and shield. Alright, I'll narrate these little parts. So her sister had disappeared again. Their god was always like that. Cassandra ran to the temple of Hephaestus before she left Greece. She had a few things she wanted to tell him. A short while later, Cassandra was ready to leave the temple. Suddenly she felt a cold chill and surveyed her surroundings. What she felt was an inhuman presence. She drew her weapon in preparation for dealing with this unknown enemy. And what is this unknown enemy? Probably some generic-ass character creation character, if I had to guess. Yeah, no, it's Revenant. Okay, this, like, you can actually unlock this character. Take a swing. I guess story mode is all one round. I kind of wish it had like 2 or 3 rounds, but well, can't have everything. The skeletal puppet was now an unmoving pile of bones on the ground. From the way it spent the entire time trying to grab her sword and shield. Did it? I don't know. It spent its entire time getting its ass kicked. Cassandra judged that its objective had been the sacred iron. This was nothing more than a puppet. However, someone had to have been controlling it. She was concerned about who it was. But right now, she needed to catch up to her sister. Still, was it really okay to ignore the matter? Cassandra grew uneasy. And now you can actually choose, which is a cool point about this story. It's like a choose your own adventure and the story will change.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you control this part. Ashley, what are we doing? Are we going to search for the person behind the skeleton? Or are we going to search for her older sister, Sophia?
Search for sister.
Alright, we search. Cassandra continued her journey in search of Sophia, following rumors of a woman who was pursuing Soul Edge. Cassandra eventually arrived at the city of Toledo. It was said that there was a man here who was knowledgeable about the cursed sword. If the woman Cassandra was following was in fact her sister, Sophia should be right in the middle of visiting her. Cassandra searched for the man's mansion. She broke into a startled run at the sight that greeted her eyes. The mansion was on fire.
2 heroes finally meet under the Star of Destiny.
The Star of Destiny.
さっさと来なさい。いや。
Versus Assassin. Fight!
Oh no. Oh no, Cassandra. I can use fire too.
You win!
あなた才能ないんじゃない？
Inside the burning building, Cassandra defeated the woman who had presumably set the fire, but the flames continued to burn. The next morning, now reunited with Sophia, who they didn't devote a cutscene to apparently, Cassandra was told of a girl who called herself a servant of the cursed sword. The girl was after Cassandra's young niece and nephew, the 2 super lame main characters of Soulcalibur 5. Cassandra told her sister to return home. Watch over your home, Sophia. I'll destroy Soul Edge, okay? Sophia expressed concern for her, but Cassandra told Sophia that there was no need to take on everything by herself, and that it was a mother's job to watch over her children. After parting with Sophia, Cassandra's journey continued. Using what her sister told her about Soul Edge's clues, Cassandra traveled across Europe in search of the cursed sword. Eventually, she made contact with a man claiming to know of the Azure Knight. The Azure Knight, by the way, is Nightmare in Soulcalibur 1. She headed for the clock tower, where they were to meet, but she felt uneasy. Things were going too smoothly. Got some QTE in here. If you fail these QTE, it actually does affect. It can affect your route in the story. In this case, if you fail, you'll end up starting this fight with like half your health. I think also the amount of continues, like whether you beat the game with continues or without, also makes a difference in your ending. There's lots of different paths for every character. There's a lot going on in this story mode. And in fact, it's only a small part of Soulcalibur 3's single-player experience, which there's tons of stuff to do. There's this like campaign mode where you make your own character. It's really fun. The sword. Do you mean Soul Edge? I place my curse upon you, you who fear not the gods. The man with the sight disappeared into darkness without answering her question. There was no doubt that he knew something, and it was probably something about Soul Edge. So what are we gonna do? We can continue searching for Soul Edge, or we can go after the dude.
Go after.
Go after him? Alright, let's track him down. She could surely learn more from the mysterious man. With her characteristic determination, Cassandra searched for him, but already no sign of him remained. She continued looking for him, but was unable to find anything. He had disappeared without a trace. She had no choice but to give up and resume her search for Soul Edge. So that was
Time waster.
it was a completely pointless choice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as she searched for information that might be related to Soul Edge, Cassandra heard a rumor of a temple in Egypt that had recently been destroyed. Startlingly, the destruction had been done with a sword. It would take something of great power to accomplish such a feat. Cassandra felt that Soul Edge had been involved in the incident and headed for Egypt.
What awaits him in the end is a test of his true strength.
やるだけやってみるわ。
一丁やったるか。
Versus Young Sung. Fight.
Is he a Korean?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, he survived. I thought he was out for sure. Then he just lays on the ground for a while. I remember, like, I don't remember how to play him, but I remember back in the day I really liked playing Young-Sung. My friend at the time, he would get pissed off every time I chose him. He thought he was really cheap, and he has this like really cocky like douchebag taunt when you that you can use when you win the match, and it pissed my friend off to no end. He basically banned me from using Young-Sung. It was kind of weird because I don't think he's actually that good in this game, but yeah, my friend hated him. She felt like she's being watched. Do we stop or do we keep on trucking?
Hurry on.
All right. I don't care. Watch if you want to watch. That's why we're on stream. Okay, she had defeated the man she encountered in the temple, but she couldn't imagine that he was the one who had destroyed it. Yeah, I can't either. She gathered information in this land and learned that the Azure Knight, the likely perpetrator, had set out to the sea. So, the cursed sword was involved in this incident. I don't know, she kind of jumped into conclusions here. She doesn't have any real evidence. Cassandra headed for the port and stuck on board a convenient ship. After eventually leaving the Mediterranean and entering the outside sea, they were attacked by pirates, and it seemed they were no ordinary pirates. Well, they only have half a ship, so I would say that's definitely not ordinary. Oh, look who it is. It's our friend Cervantes from Soul... Oh, oops. Too much narration. Not enough gameplay.
Versus Cervantes.
See, look, I have a bunch of health loss now. And it can affect your ending? I don't know if it does in this case.
Knockout. You win.
We call that corpse beating. The sacred sword and shield she carried were reacting strongly. Cassandra had defeated her inhuman opponent, but her ship was destroyed, and she was tossed into the sea. Never mind searching for the Azure Knight. At this rate, even her life was in danger. Clinging to the wreckage, she drifted on the waves. Should she act while she still had her strength, or preserve her strength instead? We're just gonna chill until a ship comes by, or are we gonna like try to swim back with a plank?
Just wait.
Just wait and hope we don't die. All right. Well, it paid off. Cassandra was eventually rescued by a ship, but the ship was headed for Asia. She found herself thrust into a foreign land, but she continued her search for information about the cursed sword with her characteristic determination. I've used that line twice now. Eventually, she learned of an organization in Japan that was collecting fragments of Soul Edge. Cassandra traveled to Japan and searched for even more detailed information, but it seemed she had been following false clues. She was now caught in a sea battle.
His motivation is the thirst for new battles.
かかってらっしゃい。
気を抜くなよ。死ぬぞ。
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight!
Might have to turn the difficulty up for future runs. They're really easy. Like, when you're used to playing the American version, these guys are like some pushovers.
You win!
期待させちゃった。ごめんね。
Perhaps they had realized she was investigating them, for she was unable to obtain any further information about the organization. Cassandra eventually gave up and returned to the mainland. Interesting point here, I'm pretty sure this has something to do with how you fight in that fight. So you can get different results based on your performance. So when she entered Ming? Is that correct?
Ming Dynasty.
Ming Dynasty? Okay. When she entered Ming, she learned that this empire had once sent out teams to search for Soul Edge. She located a mansion in which information regarding that project was collected and decided that it was imperative she get a hold of it.
Her graceful sword dance grows
Really beautiful stage,
ever stronger.
especially for PS2.
かかってらっしゃい。ここが頑張りどころね。よし。
Versus Shangpa. Fight! You win!
あなた才能ないんじゃない？
She skillfully defeated the guard and obtained the information she sought. Ming had tried several times in the past to locate the Sword of Heroes, but they had yet to have any success. In other words, Soul Edge was not in this country. After carefully looking over the information she had obtained, she headed west. The city at which she eventually arrived had already been destroyed. Had it been his handiwork? As she pondered this, she was suddenly attacked.
Watched over by the
Really?
almighty
It's
ones,
destroyed? It looks
they
like it's in pretty good shape to
unleash
me.
their fury.
Yeah.
It doesn't look destroyed. It looks beautiful. It looks like paradise. Generic
Versus
Lancer guy.
Berserker. Fight! You win!
負けてらんないのよ。
Cassandra felt like she was being watched again. Stop, hurry on ahead.
Hurry on ahead.
You don't care who's watching us. The music changed, mysterious. Using the clues she had obtained, Cassandra steadily closed in on Soul Edge. When she discovered a cathedral in a remote area, she knew she had located Soul Edge. See, I would have probably used a pronoun there instead of saying Soul Edge twice. Anyhow, the inside of the cathedral was shrouded in silence. Only the sound of her own footsteps echoed, but she suddenly felt the presence of someone other than herself and surveyed her surroundings. Someone filled with evil energy was lurking nearby. Oh, this douchebag.
あんた自分が間違ってるとは思わないの？
This is Raphael.
小娘が 言いたいことはそれだけか。
versus Raphael. Fight. You win.
神の力ってのもこういう時は便利よね。
Not even turning to look at the bars that fell behind her, Cassandra ran. Judging from the sounds that echoed through the hallway, the battle was extremely fierce. Cassandra continued to run and stepped into the field of battle. Nightmare versus Siegfried. Which begs the question, who is Nightmare in this game? Because in Soulcalibur II, Nightmare is Siegfried. Oh! Get lost. This turns out differently also. I don't know if it's random or what.
Versus Nightmare. Fight.
I think that was in the arcade one. Ooh. Beating my ass. Look at that. I think it's you. Oh, the spiky thing? It's style. It's not.
His nose.
It's
Like
his nose?
Pinocchio.
I didn't actually notice that. I gotta get a better look at him. I thought it's
Oh,
up.
you
I thought it's on his
finished
forehead. Not yet.
Oh, I thought you said Nightmare is like boss.
Not in this game.
だがその場に貴様はふさわしくない。退場願おうか。
So did you like realize that the graphic looks wow?
Like World of Warcraft? Really?
The color, the graphic.
Really? It reminds me of WoW style?
Yeah. The color.
Versus Abyss. Fight.
I guess they're both like fantasy games from. WoW is quite a bit older, but
Abyss, yeah.
yeah, it's true. Abyss has a very like Blizzard kind of look to him.
Yeah.
Man, the difficulty is so easy on the Japanese version. Like Abyss, he's just taking it. Yeah, you're right. Abyss looks like oh no. Yeah, it's true. He looks like a WoW boss. Can't deny it.
Versus Abyss. Fight.
He's trying to knock me off. At least he's making some effort, because the previous fights, like...
You win.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bump the difficulty by 1 across the board. Way too easy on default settings.
砕けろ。どうしよう。
It's her. Her legendary sword. Oh, I failed the QTE.
Ah,
I wasn't expecting
無
it.
事だったのね。心配したわ。まあね。
you feel it?
Yeah.
無事無事。
What does it?
剣は
I
無事じゃ
think
ないけどね。
the sword will like break.
まあこんなとこでもなんだし。ほらほら早く帰りましょう姉さん。
Yeah, for sure. And that is Soulcalibur 3's like standard story mode. And then if you play it again with the same character, you can try all the different paths and stuff. So,
But it's still the same ending.
well, I think the ending can also be altered.
Okay.
Not just based on the QT, but based on the path. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time, but yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoyed this back when it was pretty new. I played through the whole thing, this story mode. Much better than the story mode in like 4 and 5. 5 is kind of halfway alright if you can get around the fact that the characters are unbelievably lame. But 4 story mode is pretty shit. But this one I like. Pretty fun. Good game. So we are going to call it here for the night for our stream. Like I said, going to keep it a bit short this time. Thank you guys for stopping by. Whether you're watching it in the stream or in the VOD or whether I'm just talking to the air. I had a good time, so that's good enough for me.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm here too.
That's true.
You're not
I got
talking
my
to the
partner.
air.
All right. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night.